Yeah, I got another camera here. Yeah, I got another camera here. And I think I have my oatmeal. And we're doing a breakfast chat. Let's go to YouTube and set up, always go here and first things first. I always go and go in my chat room and give myself a chat room, and then I give myself a thumbs up. I learned that from a guy. He said, give yourself a thumbs up. Give yourself a chat room, and then give yourself a thumbs up. Okay, and I'm going to try to keep an eye on yeah, see that wall? There's nothing on that wall. That's, might as well take care of that. And then I'm going to go up under the table and see what I can unplug. I think I have a whole bunch of stuff that I should only have one. My monitors, 1, 2. My mixer, 3. I should only have 1 and 3. I got 3 monitors, so that's 3, 5, 6. 3 monitors, 2 monitors. That's 5. A mixer. A mixer. 2 monitors. A mixer. That's 6. And that's it. I should have 6, 7 things plugged in up under here, because the keyboard and the computer are plugged into a backup power backup in case the power goes off. It's supposed to not go off, but I don't think I have it set properly. And I have like 4 more plugs to go in that power thing, and I don't have it set up properly. But we got the oatmeal going on here today in the house. Got the oatmeal. Let me see. Where's my I think I need to move this OBS over to another window so I can go in and rearrange every so often. Move it all the way over here too. Can I? Am I going to be able to move it? Let's see. Okay. I can move it through here. Is it going? Yeah. I'm going to open it up on this screen. And this way I could rearrange a little bit. I'm going to put this other camera up here too so you can see. I'm going to get up here behind my desk, and I'm going to get up here, right top here. And let me get my little, do I have my little hammer? I see enough nails up there already. I can use tacks too. Let me get my, let me see, do I need my little hammer? Hammer time, little hammer. The big hammer's in the car. I was going to do some recycling on the metals, but man, I can go out and play my piano for the effort of trying to find metals. If I find wires and if I find metal, if I run into it, I'm going to grab it. But I think I prefer batteries, and batteries got some weight to it. Car batteries, old car batteries, and you know, one time, this lady was throwing away all these CPUs. I had no idea that they were worth money, though. Even though it's not that much, but it was something. I had no idea. I was helping them throw them in dumps. We filled up a big dumpster full of those monitors, and she was telling me, "Hey, you can take all you want." That was some money, but I'm not gonna go out my way to get scrap metal and all of that stuff, because it seems like I can make more money going and out and playing on the street. Hopefully one day I'm want to be able to figure out how to make money inside here off of social media some kind of way. I probably need to buckle down. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to start concentrating on Twitch. And I'm going to start concentrating on either CD Baby or DistroKid. I need to start producing my music. But let me take a couple of bowls and see how much of this oatmeal I can eat for. But you know, there is another, what I was talking about there is another MIDI controller that just came out. I should have documented. It was at NAMM. And I should have put it in my folder. I should have saved it. I think I did save it. I think it's in here with Logic. Let me see. I think I did save it. What's all this stuff? What is all this? I don't even know what this is. Well, those are... Let me see. It should be in here in Logic. If I saved it, it would be Logic. Where's Logic? Right here. If I saved it, it would be right here. Logic tips. No. No. Maybe a Studio One. Play. Controllers. I'm going to go here and try to look. New MIDI controllers. These are old. A year ago. What's this? This might be it. Super Booth 2003 MP control. Is this it? Let me see. This came out last year. Whole bunch of instruments.
Right, so we're here with Marius at the MP stand, Super Booth.
That's last year,
hey,
too.
Marius.
Hello, how are you? Welcome to MP meeting. We're coming from Cyprus. We've been developing this product since 2018.
18.
What we have is an MP controller where you can use it to control all your third-party plugins.
Oh, it's plugins.
Hardware.
Nice.
Just for plugins.
We have
This been out for a minute.
you load in your DAW.
Excuse me.
It works in any major DAW, like Logic, Ableton, Studio One, Cubase, and all of this.
This is not it, because this is
You load
last year. That's last year. There was something that came out at NAMM. I wasn't paying attention. This MIDI controller, this is, what is this? 7 months ago? This is Native Instruments, I think. Native Instruments, yeah. But there's another one that came out. I just got to pay attention. Next time something comes out, I need to put it in a folder. I didn't put it in the proper folder. Something that came out 9 months ago. Yeah. I just wait. I'm not going to be... I don't have any money anyway. But that's no reason to tie God's hands. You know, I want to tie God's hands. Here's the... everybody's talking about this.
And it's a game changer for our
But it's not multi-timbre.
It's a stage keyboard from a company famous for making software synths and pianos. And now they put those virtual synths and pianos inside this keyboard for you to take anywhere without a computer. In this video, I'll take you through the features, the sounds,
But it's not multi-timbre.
the app, how you can use it, and what makes the Astrolab so unique. I'll even talk about some pros and cons. Here's why the Astrolab is a big deal. Arturia, like Native Instruments and other keyboard
Let me see.
companies, have made virtual instruments and given us
Cons.
keyboards to control those virtual instruments. MIDI controllers. Arturia is well known for their Keylabs and Minilab MIDI controllers.
He
But
doesn't
now
say
they put their computer software
the cons.
inside this keyboard. Check it out. This is Arturia's Juno software synth.
But it's not multi-timbre.
And here's the Yamaha DX7.
It's not multi-timbre. Yeah. I just wait.
This is the CS80.
It's good to have all those for $1,500. That's a good synthesizer.
Even pigments.
But you can't use it with the software though. You can't use it with the software. That's a big no-no. Everybody's talking about it. This guy, I like him.
Hello there, and welcome to another Bone Beats video.
I trust him.
Today, we are checking out something heavy. This is some... I do think you can attach a sustain pedal. I actually don't own. And one thing that I really like is that you pay once a year and then you can... impacts the number of notes you...
If I want something, I should be able to find it quick.
So finding a specific sound on the fly without favoriting it or putting it in a playlist was something that Armin found quite difficult. Now what you can do is you can select a category and then long press on the screen to get a subcategory. So big lead, dirty lead, hard lead, and other types of categorizations. And if you press the screen, you only get sounds from that category. It's the pad. Now press. Check it out if you want to. And
Of course, he's not going to say it's not
one problem with
multi-timbre.
testing gear early is that often firmware and software isn't.
Yeah. This looks like Jaw, DM 2 days ago. That's another. Oh, he's got the fingers on his the rings on his fingers. Is this Dr. Mix? Somebody else.
So if you want, instead of that whole, bojangling, you from on its own, really not little. Oh gosh, where did I lose? I lost it. Where is it at? There we go.
And this guy, I like him too. I'm not subscribed to him. I thought he was a piano dude. It must be somebody that looks like him. The guy with the beard, the piano beard guy. What is he? Virtual cultural. He just looked like somebody else. I keep cutting my beard. It would have been long as his. Yeah. I'm looking for stuff that I don't even know what I'm looking for, so. But my breakfast. I'm ready to get up on this table here and hang this sound conditioner, sound treatment. I was trying to get a little oatmeal in my stomach. Let me go back. So many synthesizers, so much stuff. I'm glad I got Pro Tools up and running though, Got Pro Tools up and running. So virtual instruments working. Oatmeal's good. I might want to pull my wires out since I'm not going to pick up my glasses. Or am I? I don't know. What time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock. Anyway, this is all I have is two, in Pro Tools I only have two things saved. 2 sessions. Well, that's something I found out about Pro Tools is working. Virtual instrument. Now let me see. I'm going to pull up. Did the Studio One 6? Did I ever figure that out? That was so overwhelming. Opening that up too. I need to watch the videos on Studio One. Studio One for beginners. Studio One. I think this is the guy. Is this the guy? Studio One for beginners. I think this is the guy down here though. Complete beginner's guide. I think this is the guy that I like.
Welcome to this beginner's course for Studio One 6.5.
No, it sounds like, yeah, that's
and to
him.
start, I'd just like to say that I created this particular tutorial for those who are just getting started with Studio One, or see your input and output. Click on that and see our inspector. And our inspector is going to give us more information on the particular track, about the particular
I think
file
I'm past that much.
we have selected. We can see 44.1 kilohertz, 24
Yeah, I'm past
visual
that.
representation of that audio box. Engaged. Let's undo some of those cuts. With the snap, and let's take a look at some of the tools that are available at the top here. So by default, we're going to be on the arrow tool. And if you notice something, there's a behavior here. You're editing. So if I select here, you see the cursor is placed there. If I click here,
that's what I need to
cursor
do.
goes there, and so on. We then have an auto zoom. So if I click on this and we zoom horizontally and vertically to whatever we are working with. Okay, if we click and hold on this down arrow,
I think I need to watch this instead of watching TV. You know? Instead of watching a movie. I need to get in learn mode though first.
In this video, we'll be taking a look at how to mix in Studio One.
I know. Hold on.
Hi folks, I'm Mike and I hope you're...
Welcome to this beginner's course for Studio One 6. Have you ever spent more than an hour or even 3?
DaVinci videos. This is it, the Studio One. This is it. He even got DaVinci. It should have had in the playlist. You should have had Studio One in the categories. Here it is, Studio One. Play all.
Position, which will move the cursor to wherever you're editing. So if I select here, you see the cursor is placed there. If I click here, cursor goes there, and so on.
Next one.
Have you ever spent more than an hour, or even 3 or more, trying to find the answer on how to do something within Studio One, only to find that it was that needed to be selected? Or have you ever used a certain technique to get something accomplished within Studio One, only to find out a few weeks later that there is a better way to accomplish the same action, and the new method reduces hours from your overall production time? Now, this is the beauty of one-on-one web training. And as someone who's been teaching Studio One for 10 years now, I can definitely help you with reducing the learning curve for Studio One and other digital audio concepts such as sample rate, bit depth, what is
I don't think I want a personal
macros, and so experienced user of Studio One. The training is available daily so that you have a video of the training session for future reference. So
I used to pay for those.
Your journey in music production and using Studio One in the new year, definitely get in touch with me. You can find out more information at quantaaudio.com/webtraining, or you can... I recently had a client that I was working with who was interested in recording the live audio output from...
This is not the guy.
Here I've got a basic drum loop that
This is not the guy.
I provide Studio One training online using...
This is not the guy.
In this tutorial, we're going to take a look at a bunch of features that I think are pretty cool within Studio One. And before we get started, if you're someone who is having issues with Studio One or would like to speed up the learning curve,
this is not the guy. This is not the guy that Studio One 6. Studio One. Here it is. For beginners. Is this the guy? What's this? Studio One. Is this? What is this?
This is the Huion Canvas Studio 16. And if you're looking at this thinking, hey, isn't that the Surface Pro? You're not alone. Huion is jumping into the world of Windows tablet computers, and this is a really great entry. Hello, my name is Brad. I review tech for creative professionals, and I have to say, this might be the best product that Huion has ever made. And understandably, it is going to get a lot.
I haven't even heard of them. I haven't even heard of them. Behringer. 7 months ago. Yeah. I'll make sure I'm not wearing myself out. I'm making sure I'm eating breakfast. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set aside in the future. Complete guides. This is
and so on.
That's the same guy.
We then have an auto zip.
That's not the guy that I'm looking for.
Hello, welcome to this video. Let's discover PreSonus Studio One 6, one of the best. To see how Studio One works, let's build a new song. With Master and Release, you make a new project, such as a collection of songs that generate playlists, CDs, and entire albums. Whereas select Rehearse and Perform to create a...
I don't feel like this today. Let's get back to, I'm gonna put the stuff on the wall here. Maybe pull my wires. I think this, it's not cool enough in here for me to be wearing this hoodie outfit. This is for when it's really chilly. Then again, I got this fan on. Take it easy, man. Relax yourself. I'm practicing how to relax and taking it easy. Without, I'm retired and just want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be stressed. Oh, excuse me. So oatmeal's good. I don't want to put it down while it's still hot. I'm gonna go ahead and put this up. I just had to put this back in the microwave. Here we go. I'm gonna let this guy play in the background.
Show, which is a ready workspace for live public shows. To see how Studio One works, let's build a new song. On the right, define the song name, where to save it, and also its sample rate, bit depth resolution, the time base between bars or seconds, and the maximum song length. You can also drag and drop sample files right away, importing .mp3, .wav, .flec files, and much more. When you click on OK, the main workspace opens with the main timeline, the main tools on top, and 3 main panels you can open with the buttons in the bottom right corner, such as the Browse panel, where to find files, instruments, and effects. You can come back to the Start page by clicking on the second button in the top right corner. Whereas click on Documents to shuffle between your projects in progress.
Oh!
The timeline is the
Now it's
place
starting
where
to
you
feel
work
like
with
I'm
your files
frozen
and
already
compositions
here.
within rows, called tracks. Audio tracks collect audio samples, such as rendered files
That's
with
common
proper
sense.
waveform and time. Whereas instrument tracks collect MIDI compositions,
Yeah, these are
which are
beginners.
sequences of notes realizing
get up
melodies,
here.
drums, and percussions that get sound from virtual synthesizers or external instruments. At first, the timeline shows the audio samples imported from the start page, but you can drop more files from any folder, or the Files section of the Browse panel. These files are shown as colored blocks called events, complete with file name and audio waveform. You can zoom in and out vertically with your mouse wheel while holding down the Control or Command key, and horizontally with Control plus Shift or Command plus Shift. To play back the timeline content, click anywhere to fix the playback, and use the spacebar key, or the player at the bottom to play and stop. The time placement is shown in bars and in seconds, but you can freely change it. So the timeline by going to Time Base above. Now let's see how to record with your microphone. Right-click on the left side to create a new audio track. From the Input Sources list, check if your microphone is present, and select between a stereo L plus R source or a mono-channel source. If you do not see your microphone, go to Audio I/O Setup. If your microphone is connected and turned on, it must appear in this list. You can add a new input source with Add and associate the microphone to it. You shall see the microphone responsive to the volume meter of the associated channel. Once you have selected the correct input source, arm the interested track. You shall see the volume meter reactive. Then start recording with the record button at the bottom. This records over the armed track while you play back the other tracks, without recording them as well.
I might want to change my
Let's see how to edit these events with the arrow tool enabled. Select any event by clicking on its bottom side and drag it to move it in time,
Oh, this been on a
or
wall
in
a
another
long
track.
time. I got these little
You can
tacks.
also drag the central
Shoe
node to
tacks,
adjust
actually.
volume uniformly, holding down the shift key to sweep smoothly. This is very useful in case the volume meter at the bottom shows red levels of distortion. Drag the corner nodes to add fade transitions.
This table can
and
hold me.
increase or decrease volume smoothly.
There's a nail
Set the
here.
transition
Table
length
one.
and adjust its envelope with the
nail.
central node. Right-click on
Here's a
any
little
event
nail.
to duplicate, reverse
And here's a
audio,
little nail.
or
I have
adjust
mine.
values such as transpose to change pitch by adding or removing semitones. You can also cut, copy, paste, or remove any event. This acts on the entire event unless you select part of it by clicking and dragging over it. To undo, use Control or Command and Z, or open the History window from the Edit tab. To split any event,
I wanna
click
use
on
the
any
long
point
way.
and use Alt or Option key plus
I forgot
X.
to measure to see where the center.
Whereas to trim events, just
Yeah.
drag their edges.
I just
Hold down
guessed.
the Alt or the Option key to
Let's see, I
stretch
use the
and
table.
shorten by changing the
I
speed
use
rate,
my table.
playing the clip slower or faster. On the left side, you get several options to manage each track. Use the M and the S buttons to mute or solo the current track. And drag the horizontal bar to adjust the track volume. Right-click on the track to remove or duplicate it.
Pretty
From the bottom
sure.
left corner, you can also apply automation, such as track properties like volume and
Alright.
stereo panning that you
Just
can
the
change
middle.
in time. With the arrow tool,
middle
drop
right
points
here.
and shape the envelope,
I don't want to be
or switch to the
exact
paint
middle.
tool to draw it directly.
Right about.
Use the eraser tool to remove points instead. You can
I need
disable
somebody to
and
come
enable
live.
any automation by clicking on
Tell
the
me how
white
this
blue
looks.
button on the left.
So I don't have to get all the way down.
Now let's see how to make MIDI compositions.
Ugh.
Create a new instrument track and drag any MIDI file you have. or double-click within the track to make an empty MIDI event. At this point, you have to add any instrument to the MIDI track so that your notes get sound, becoming melodies or percussions either through virtual synthesizers or synths, or by playing recorded instrument samples. Let's simply drag and drop any synth from the instruments section of the Browse panel. The synth is added to the whole song and selected as input source for current MIDI track. Adjust the synth properties from the piano icon.
This belonged to my brother-in-law first,
and open the edit panel to start dropping notes with Studio One. You can eventually add notes with an external keyboard, but we won't see this in this beginner tutorial. This edit panel shows the piano view for melodies,
of this spirit,
the drum view for percussions, and the score view. With the paint tool above, click and drag to drop any note with the correct length, and click once to remove these. Switch to the arrow tool to move
I'm going
notes.
to take these down and I'm trying to make up.
Adjust their length
You know, I should line these right.
and
right
set
over
their
top here
properties
like
at the
this.
bottom, including velocity and pitch.
But then again, when I get all the way over here, the vocal arm's going to be in the way.
When working with compositions, it is useful to put its region in loop. Just click and drag above any timeline to fix the loop region, and enable loop active at the bottom. The playback will be repeated on such region as long as the playhead falls within it. At the bottom, you can adjust the time signature, or beats per bar, under timing, and the tempo in BPM, which sets the conversion between beats and seconds, so the speed rate of non-rendered MIDI files. If you increase the tempo, you increase speed on all MIDI compositions.
Right here. I probably don't need anything over top of this.
But not on
I can
rendered
use
audio
these for something
samples.
else.
You can edit MIDI events and manage MIDI tracks as we have seen for samples. In particular, you can drag a MIDI event into an audio track to render it. This is a permanent action that can't be undone. Open the Mix panel to manage your tracks in detail. This shows all your tracks, or channels, on the left, and the main track on the right, representing the song master volume. You can also open the Inspector panel to get all these options for the single track instead. From the left, you can hide
And this
and
table
show
will
several
tip
options.
over too.
But let's see the
I'll put
main
my
ones
hat
you need
up
to know.
here.
Each channel gets its volume meter in decibel, or dB, with a vertical bar to adjust volume,
Where to go?
and a horizontal bar to set panning. You get the mute, solo, and record buttons, and the input and output sources above. For example, the MIDI channel shows its synth as input, and the main channel as output. From the effects section of the Browse panel, you get the complete list of audio effects including VST, VST3, and AU external plugins. Just drag and drop any effect to apply it on an audio or a MIDI track. This gets listed inside the Insert section, where you can use the I/O button to disable and enable the effect. Right-click
Not
on it
good
to
with
edit its
heights.
properties,
How do you get
Or
down? I
remove
think I
it.
got to go backwards.
and click and drag to change its order. To
Not
save
good
your
with
sound
heights.
project, use Control or Command and S. From Studio One,
Ah.
Options, you can go to Locations to enable autosave by defining the time range.
Got another hat here, I
To
think.
render your song into an audio file, go to Song, Export Mixdown. Set file name, where to save it, and the file format to use, so its options such as bit resolution and sample rate. On Export Range on the right, select what to export. For example, the current loop region, or the entire song. This is everything you can do with Studio
Back it
One.
on up.
Make sure to check our YouTube channel and
I
our
got another
website to
hat.
get more and free tips, tutorials, giveaways, and much more.
Oh, here it is. This the other hat belonged to my brother-in-law first, and then it belonged to my father. So I got a double spirit. There. Let me take a look. Take a look, see.
Hey, this is Joe with Personas. I'm here at Sweetwater to talk about some great new features in Studio One version 6.5. The biggest one is the introduction of surround mixing and Dolby Atmos integration. That's right, you can now do Dolby Atmos mixes
That don't look too
inside
bad.
Studio One. It all works.
That's my
natively and
man.
beautiful,
That's my
just like
man.
you would expect out of Studio One.
That's
Let me
the
show you what
guy.
it looks like. All right, here is a regular old bread and butter stereo mix of one of my songs.
Should I have put that?
Dolby Atmos
Does that
mix.
piece
First
up
thing
there
we
look
do is
tacky?
select spatial audio, and we choose Dolby Atmos as our format. When I apply that, this new renderer pops up. Now, this is really cool. In some other DAWs, you have to run the renderer as a standalone app that runs alongside the DAW that you're using. With Studio One, it's all built in and it works together, and it's really easy to use. So this gives us
Should
a
I put
really
one of
cool
these on the
view
corner?
of what's happening in our mix. As we add different objects to the mix, they will show up in this little box right here. And up here, we can choose what our
That
bed
looks
format
tacky,
is.
though.
This is like the basic surround format that we're mixing in before we start adding in specific objects. So when you use Dolby Atmos, you've got your surround mix, and then you've got specific objects that you can place inside of that surround mix. So you could have 80% of your mix just be in the surround bed, which is the term we're using here, and then you could pick a few of the tracks to be objects that show up in the mix. So we can set our bed format here, but we can set our output format to any number of things. So even if you don't have a full surround mixing system with a whole bunch of speakers in your studio, you can still access this feature, and you can actually put on headphones, choose the binaural mode, and now you're doing a Dolby Atmos binaural mix in your studio. You don't need a whole bunch of speakers. You can do that right here inside of Studio One. At the heart of spatial audio, you've got basically two different types of panners that are new to Studio One. The first is the surround panner. This allows us to pan objects wherever we want in the stereo field. We can adjust the
Here I have
width.
4.
We can swap the left
Let me
and the
go look
right
at
if
that
we
one
want,
over there.
and we can adjust the height.
I'm gonna take that
so for
down.
mixing in a system that has ceiling speakers,
I'm gonna
we
start
can now
throwing
adjust
away
the height
those
as well as
old
the
ones.
width and depth.
That was actually
The
a
other type of
mattress.
panner is called an object.
That was actually
When we create an
something you
object,
put under the mattress.
each of these objects will show up inside of the Dolby Atmos renderer. You can see this one right there. That's our symbols track that we just created.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
As we
that
add
down. Does that
more
look
to
tacky?
this Atmos mix, we have a good visual
Anybody here?
of exactly where everything is placed in our mix. But here's the cool thing. If you set your output to binaural, put on a set of headphones, and grab this panner and start moving things around, you'll hear it sound like it's moving, for example, behind you, or it's moving to the left or to the right or off to the side. You can even hear it move up above you. I'm not smart enough to know how exactly that works, but it's pretty crazy. You got to try it for yourself. You can do essentially in a surround mix with just a set of headphones using the binaural mode. And this will still output a full Dolby Atmos compatible mix, but you made it just on a set of headphones.
Yeah, I think I'm going
Pretty
to.
cool.
I'm going
With the addition of
try to
spatial
use
audio
that
mixing
other,
in Studio One, of course, we had to add a
monitor
couple of new
stand.
plugins.
This one,
The first
table
is a
is
new
too shaky.
surround delay plugin. Yeah, you heard that right. This is a multi-tap delay that has up to 8 different taps, and you can pan each
This
of
is
them
going
wherever
in a
you
corner
want
somewhere.
in the surround
Or
field.
like a bass
So you can
track.
get
I should have
really
it over
tweaky
here
with it
for
and
a
make some
bass
really
track,
interesting
actually.
immersive delay
I
sounds.
should have
If
it
you're
in the
familiar with our
corner, right up
convolution
there.
reverb called Open Air, we're introducing
have it
Open
over there in
Air
that
2.
corner.
The most notable improvement
Cut
is that
down
it
on the
now
bass.
has full surround sound impulse responses. So if you send a track to this reverb in surround,
the
it
end
will
of the
sound
table.
like it's literally placed inside of one of these spaces. While Dolby Atmos is the big announcement for version 6.5, we've also added a couple of cool new things for composers. If you do a lot of work with guitar, you can now do guitar tabs inside of Studio One. a lot of people might not know, but in addition to Studio One, PreSonus also owns Notion, which is a full-on notation software. Since we own both, we can take a lot of cool features out of Notion and work those into Studio One, one of those being guitar tabs. So now, instead of only having notes available to us when we look at a score view of a particular MIDI part, it now shows us the guitar tabs. Here's a standard guitar part we wrote using MIDI. If we switch over to score view, we can now see that not only do we have the notes on a regular treble clef, we now have a guitar tab section. This is so much fun because not only can you have the guitar tab there, but you can change the tuning of the guitar if you want. So if you're playing a guitar in drop D, this is where you put your fingers. If you're playing the guitar in open D, this is where you put your fingers. Or if you want to get crazy with it, you can come in here and enter your own tuning of whatever crazy tuning you like to use, and it'll show you exactly where to play. So whether you want to go nuts with guitar tabs or do a full-on Dolby Atmos binaural mix, the easiest and fastest way to get into Studio One version 6.5 is to buy a Studio One Plus subscription. Call your Sweetwater sales engineer or head to sweetwater.com to check it out.
This not even now. I can hear that this one trying to fall off the wall.
Hey, this is Joe with PreSonus. Do you use mix effects in your mixes? If your answer is, I'm not sure, I don't know what that is, then listen up, because this is one of the coolest features in Studio One, and I feel like nobody knows about it, and I want that to change. So here's a mix session in Studio One. Looks all normal. There's a bunch of channels, a bunch of faders, no big deal. On the right-hand side here is my main output, my mix bus, and you can see I have a couple of plugins here. All is normal. But just at the top of this mix bus, you'll see this. It says Mix Effects. What is that? If I click on it, you can see a list of plugins here. And while they are technically plugins, this is completely different from any other plugin in Studio One. The one that comes with Studio One is called Console Shaper. If you're a Studio One Plus member, then you've got access to all of these here. So just so you know, you can install those for free. They're included with your membership. But I'm going to go with Console Shaper because it's the one that's on most systems. Okay. So when I open it, we can see, okay, we've got Console Shaper here, and we can see that we've pulled up a plugin. What's this? Is it just another plugin on my mix bus? If so, you're thinking, Joe, you've lost it. No, this is not a mix bus plugin. This is Mix Effects, which is completely different. So you know how there are lots of plugins out there that you can buy, that you can put the plugin on every channel in your mix, and it will make it sound like you're going through these different vintage consoles, right? So maybe one that's got lots of transformers in it, or one that's tube-based, or any number of these things. You've seen them probably online. They're cool, right? Because you take a digital system, which innately is pretty transparent, and you're adding in all the different kind of funky, cool things that happen when you run audio through a bunch of iron, right? Through a console, it imparts a certain character to it. Even if you're not using the EQs and compressors on the console, just running signal through it does something, right? And so if you want some of that, or you want to experience that, Mix Effects, we have that built in. You don't have to buy another plugin to do that. You can do it here with Mix Effects. So this plugin here, yes, it's a single plugin window, and I'm adjusting drive, noise, and crosstalk, but it's not affecting only the mix bus. It's affecting every channel in the mix. So if this pass-through is enabled here, this button, that means all the individual channels are now being affected by this. We're determining how hard are we driving each channel in the mix. How much noise are we allowing, right? Inherent, like listen.
I think I'm going to probably, excuse me.
If we were in a old studio with an ancient console and we just sitting here talking, there would be that level of noise just coming through the system. Some people say they love the sound of the noise. I tend to turn it off just because I don't know. Maybe it does a cool thing. I'm not quite sure, so I leave it off. And then there's crosstalk. Crosstalk is like the magic of this. In an old analog console, one channel is next to another channel, and sometimes there's crosstalk. A little bit of the kick drum bleeds into the snare drum, or a little bit of this guitar bleeds into the other track. And that crosstalk, too much of that is obviously weird. And probably back in the day of creating consoles, you wanted to minimize crosstalk, but now we realize some of that crosstalk creates this kind of a cool mojo in the mixes, so we have that available here as well. So I'm just going to hit play, And listen to what happens as I turn these on and as I adjust them up and down. It's more on the subtle end of things, so if you're listening on your telephone speaker, who says telephone anymore, you're not going to hear much, but if you're listening on headphones or in your studio, you'll hear it a little bit better. But I'm going to just play for a minute and let you hear what it's doing.
I found another power strip. I might want to use this one. My boots. Oh, there's a spot for my boots way up here.
So that drive setting, just turning it up to 6 is where I usually leave it. It fills out the low end and it tames the high end a little bit. We're adjusting basically how hard we're driving the preamps across that console. Now, if we crank it up, here's what happens.
I should put my boots on the other side. Symmetry.
You'll notice a bunch of the tracks disappeared. What happened? Well, we're cranking up the inputs into this console, which means those compressors are getting hit harder by what we cranked into it, so it's messing up that gain structure. But it's very true to how it would work in real life. Typically, I would use this at the very beginning of a mix process before I have any compressors in there, adjust this and find the setting that I like, and then mix with this just kind of humming along in the background.
Boots.
The noise thing I already showed you. Here's what crosstalk does. I'll let you see. You can see the meters change
Another one of my
as I turn
father's
up the
hats
crosstalk
that
as we
belonged
listen.
to my brother-in-law first. I'm thinking about using this and get rid of the power strip under there.
I mean, it kind of messes with the balance,
Let me put my
of course.
oatmeal back in
but
the
it does a thing, right? Like some
microwave.
of the reverbs are bleeding into other reverbs, right? The delay is bleeding into the reverb, which is right next to it. It's just a fascinating thing. So I tend to like to have this up a little bit. It adds a little bit of volume overall, which makes it a little tricky to hear.
I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna watch this guys from the beginning.
So this, just to refresh, this is applying across
101. I'm
going
gonna watch this 101. Everything you need to know. I think this one has a playlist. I think this is the playlist. Studio One. I'm gonna save this to Studio One. Oh, it's already on Studio One. Let me go warm my oatmeal up again. Then I'm going to eat a solid breakfast. I think I still got some tater tots left. Simple breakfast. Let me warm this up again. You know, I'm thinking about pulling the wires out of here. Like I said, there's not a lot of stuff plugged in. I can actually unplug everything except for, I can unplug everything except for, let me see, because the Phantom and the computer is plugged into the backup. So if I plug, the mixer will go off and the monitors will go off. I think I have the monitors up on the table though. Yeah, the monitors are up on the table. This one's up on the table. That one's up on the table. And something else. It's two more back there. I think that's the mixer and my and this thing here. This thing. This where's that? Where's that? That's over there. Yeah. That doggle there. I think if I unplug that one, that might turn something off. But you know what? I'm getting tired. That'll be pushing too much for a day. But I got my my back behind my thing up and running. So yeah. I'm gonna take it really, really slow. But like I said, the good part of it is I told you Pro Tools is up and doing its thing. What I supposed to be doing here? Trying to get yeah, there's nothing here. Studio 1.6. Do I still have Pro Tools open? No, I closed it. Well, that was that. How you like it? How you like me now? How did you like that? Nobody's here but me. Saturday morning here in Washington, D.C., Southwest Waterfront. I'm going to take it slow today. I think I'm definitely want to get into if the virtual instrument works in Studio 1.6 and also the, let me see, where's the mixer? Let me get my, there it is over here. Let's see, that's a virtual instrument. Here's a piano. I don't think I want to really do this today. Oh, here it is. Channel 2. That should be on channel 1. And I need to have it on so I can external. There it is. Working just that easily. Now I'm down to see if I can get how do you get an audio track also? There's a bunch of audio tracks here. None of them want to highlight. That's another animal. How do you turn on a virtual instrument? Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this slow. At least I know the virtual instrument is working. Is it? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, virtual instrument is working. It sounds like I hear. Yeah, I need to slow down. Alright, Pro Tools is up and running. I'm not even familiar with how this, I'm looking at this and these, also, I think I need to go pick up them glasses. Because I'm fighting, trying to see. Let me call them and see what time they close on Saturday. Yesterday, optometrist. If it's not open today, that means, if it closed early today, see how much time they close today. Take it forever to answer the phone too. They're probably on lunch. Do they answer the phone during lunch? Sometimes they don't answer the phone for lunch. Just ringing? You should go to the answering service. Wow. Calling mobile, is that right? Optical. Yesterday. I don't feel like going anyway. It'll take too much energy to go way up there. I don't need the glasses right now anyway. I have my little wire frames. don't answer the phone. Let's see how much stuff I can unplug and still be live. Righty. I'm going to see how much stuff I can plug from that plug over there. That's the one that's the problem. I'm just going to unplug it, and everything that's plugged onto it just going to have to go. I'll have to do something with this too. I'm going to leave this out because this is a project. Let's see here. And this is right here. Here we go. I'm going to unplug it. Everything. And test. Test. This should be work. Test. There it is. There it is. There we go. Now you can hear me. That's a good thing I looked at that. I would be flying blind. Like I said, I was going to try to see if I can get my phone up and running. Sometimes the phone comes on. It would make a noise. or the iPad. Wonder what happened if I plug the phone directly in. Let's see. I'm gonna go into this cheap dongle. Is it plugged in? Is that plugged in? Should have made a noise. Let's see. Where is this? Yeah, it's plugged in. It's plugged right in. Trying to get my phone up and running. There it is. Come on now. There we go. Headphone. You can connect your headphone. Other device. Oh, here we go. All right. Let me see. Does it have to be plugged in? Yeah, it has to be plugged in. I can still stretch it. I can stretch it around. Hold on, let me throw it around there. I had the phone plugged in a second ago. Come on now. There it is. I can get up under here and show you what I'm doing. I'll just, let's see. I'm gonna drop it right down here. Hope it don't come out unplugged. There, now I can pull this around. That's under there. Let me rearrange it. You can see. I can't see. There it is, right there. That's the plug. Hold on. Oh. Here we are. Oh. There it is. I'm pretty sure it's aiming right at it. Is it? Let's see. Yeah, there it is. That's the, make it a little bit more. Move this out the way. Whoops. Make it smaller. There it is right there. And this should be, let's see. Yeah. Just make it bigger while I'm up under here. I don't need this. I don't need that. There we go. That'll work just like this. Make this small. That's up under the desk. That right there is that power strip is so big and bulky. I had to reach up under there. I'm gonna have to get my super glue too and my duct tape. I mean, yeah, let's finish. I just want y'all to see how much neglect I have been putting this off for so long. Oh, let me get my oatmeal too. See, it's all tied up. I didn't have anything to hold this up by, so I just wrapped it around his leg here several times. And I'm just gonna get rid of this. It's like old and bulky. I think I bought this too. I think I paid for this. I didn't get it from my thrift store. I gotta get up under here too. All this all tangled up. I'm gonna get my wire cutters in here. Let me get my wire cut. Oh, my phone fell now. Let me get my wire cutters. Can you see? Ah, it's up too high. Oh, it's frozen. The phone is frozen. Must have got unplugged. I'm gonna plug it directly into the computer if I can reach. Yeah. Oh shoot, I'm on the wrong kind of thing here, but ooh, I can see it here. Ouch. Move up closer. And see all this up here? I'm gonna have to cut all that with my wire cutters. Oh, let me go get my wire cutters. Oh, I can turn the fan back on now too. I'll be bringing my camera in here in the kitchen and we'll do a little breakfast. Boy, I got a whole bunch of stuff to cut here. Oh, it's got beads on it. Oh shoot, it's gonna be a million beads on the floor. A million. And I'm not joking neither. A million tiny little beads. I'd bring the vacuum in here. Okay. That's that. Unravel. I got this stuff all tangled. Untangle all this. I don't feel like untangling all this today. So I'm just going to put the new power strip on here. And then I'm going to wait till another day to situate it in a good place. But I think I did buy this power strip. I think it's dated. It's got the, no, this is not the one with the, no, I don't know if I bought this or not. No, I didn't buy this. This was down in my This was down in my drift store. But this one is a nice power strip. It's got a whole bunch of plugs. I'm going to super glue it. But let me go ahead and untangle all of this here for now. Untangle. What a tangled wet web we weave. Once we sunk into the sea. Okay, let's see, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Might be my, some of the stuff, okay, this is for the, doggle. This is for the good doggle. And I'm gonna super glue these up under the table too. I'm gonna start preparing to get a dog. I'm thinking about getting a dog or a bird. I'm thinking about, you know what? A bird may be more to my. Can you bring a bird on a? Is a bird a special needs animal? Can it be used as a? Let's see what is. Okay, I'm on. Untangle. What is this? This is the vote. I'm gonna go ahead and plug all this back in. Vote. This is my vote. The interface. This is one of my monitors. Monitor. What's this? This is my speaker monitor. Speaker monitor. Oh, that don't go plug. I'm trying to plug it in backwards. Speaker monitor. What's this? This is the mixer. It's a mixer. There goes the mixer. You probably heard it pop on. And I'll say I already got this. No, this is not. This is my doggle. The good doggle. And good doggle. And I think I still have one for this lava lamp. My little lava lamp. I can plug this in. Where'd it go? Right there. The little lava lamp. Is it plugged in? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it's not on. Yes, it is. It should be on. There. The light ain't coming on though. Oh shoot. It's trying to come apart. Where's my little lava lamp is on. I'm going to leave this right here and I'm going to situate that in a better time. But then again, I might could just set it on top of the table. But you know, everybody spent their whole life trying to hide their wires and putting stuff under the table. And there goes my daddy's radio up under there too. So here's a power strip, extra one. Extra power strip. I'll take care of that later. We up and running. I will do that later. Get my phone. Put my phone up, see if it won't unplug. Where is it? There. Here's my phone. It's not supposed to be on that, I don't think. How do you see? It's supposed to turn on without having this. But here we go. Here's the one surround. This is my universal audio. I hate doing this with the camera. I'm not even gonna do this because the camera's like way too shaky. Shaky wakey. Wakey wakey, shaky wakey. Those are my pictures. I'm through with that now. Let's see. Whoops. Okay. Let's bring this back in. And what was this? This camera was a different one. There. And let's rearrange, tighten everything back up. It was raining last night. That rain sounded so good. It's a good way to peacefully sleep. When I was in the Navy, I slept down in the hall of the hall of the ship, and I could hear the ocean bouncing up against the bulkhead. They call the walls on the ship bulkheads. I could hear the water splashing up against where I was sleeping, my rack or bunk. I could hear the water splashing up against the side of my bed. Man, I slept good. In the storm, actually, when the storm gets so rough in a Navy ship, they call a day, and everybody can go lay in their rack. Not unless you got the duty for the day, you can go lay down. If the whole ocean is just plain old crazy. Oh, that's my phone. Yeah, they call the day off. It's another camera somewhere. Oh, the overhead. That's not it. There's one more camera. There it is. I'm gonna leave this like this for a minute. And this will be, yeah. Oh, yeah. Put a little bit of that going on. I want to finish eating my oatmeal. Don't feel like doing no session today. And I don't know if I'm going to go. Oh, that's right, the eyeglass place. If I would have went all the way up there and they would close on Saturday. They don't want to answer the phone. It's a good thing I did fix my glasses because I would have went up there without thinking. Without calling first. And, you know, this would be a nice day to try to get some audio to come out of this, this would be a nice day to watch the, start from scratch. But it's a session already set up here. If I can get the audio to work. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's all, virtual instruments. It's going to take a little minute to get this input. Oh, wait a minute. I'm guessing. Input. This is that an audio? This is an audio track. Waves. Let's see, what is this? This is for plug-in? This is for inserts. It's an insert. There goes the... It's somebody said they're giving... I don't know, they had the are they doing the I think I did a pantry last week. I'm pretty sure. Somebody told me they see me Saturday. That's the day. Are they doing the pantry today? Well, anyway, how long I've been here? 70 minutes. I don't want to go over. I already went over an hour. So peace and love, peace and head grease, peace and roast beef, peace and roast grief. Live long and prosper. That's a little bit. We did the power strip, and I did my sound conditioning on the back of the behind the desk there. I think I want to do my monitors too. I think I want to set up that, bring that other monitor in here. set it on the back of the table back there. And then, because these monitors, I don't like these. These are shaky. See how, look, that's, if I pull that like that. I came in here one day and the monitors, these things are falling. They were knocked over. Yeah, I got to get rid of this. This is not, now it's not shaky. It's too far. I had it too far pulling forward. And with the and this camera on top of here is just some extra weight. But yeah, I might want to do that. For now, let me get my let me go on with the rest of my oatmeal. Is this thing stuck? YouTube is stuck. Go all the way to the end of YouTube so I can see if I'm looking at the correct. There. All right. And sound check. And with the and this camera on top of here is just some extra weight. And this, let me put my oatmeal. Now let me get my. Well, my monitor's been working okay. It's the one with the short in it. It's a little short in this plug. We'll do the oatmeal thing. Yeah, it looks a lot. I'm thinking about. Let me show you the stand of the what I'm talking about. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Oh boy, I'm gonna put my hoodie back on. Here it is. Put my hoodie back on. Let me pull this up so you can. You know it's upside down. Actually, let me flip this over. Here it is. This is the real deal here. So I can put this on the back, and I actually think it might be able to stretch the whole length of the and I can pull, yeah, I can flip this around like this. Does this go? Wait a minute. Oh yes, it does. It can go the whole length of the table. This is so cool. This will go the whole length of the table. And I can put it on the back of the table. And then I can put the monitors up there. And then I think I can actually pull this down. The weight. This should be able to come down like this. If I loosen it all the way up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That'll be a project for today. Woo! And I think I'll take some of these. There's a place in the living room that's a blank wall. I need to redo behind the other one too. That's an Afghan. That's a veteran Afghan that a lady made for veterans, which I am. And I can let me see if my oatmeal, if the microwave works good enough. Microwave and see if it works good enough. Here's another here's another thing for a dongle for my. It's already ready. A dongle for my phone. And this will go right on the stand. Let me see if the oatmeal is hot. Hot to try. gonna bring the camera. I think I'm gonna bring the camera in the kitchen for my breakfast. Y'all can see how to throw together some break fast. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Tighten up my desktop. I was going to ask for a smaller desk because I have all that extra space. But you know what? I'm thinking if this keyboard, you know what? I'm thinking about turning this Phantom sideways and have this synthesizer just over top of it. Think about turning the Phantom sideways so I can be up on the desk. But because there's always a distance between the keyboard and the desk. I can't get to the desk because of the keyboard. I always had that problem. I always wanted to have a slide out. Excuse me. I always wanted to have a slide out desk. Well, I forgot about my juice. Yeah. Yeah, it's a rearrangement. I gotta change the name of this Studio Makeover Part 2. You know, because this synthesizer looked like it was set right over top of here. You know that? And then when I don't really need to, you know, your speaker arrangement is just for mixing and mastering. And the sound treatment and all that stuff, that's just really for mixing and mastering. When you just plan your instrument, it doesn't have to be perfect in the studio. It doesn't have to be a perfect sound. Or everything doesn't have to be symmetry and perfect acoustic and everything. That's only really for mixing and mastering. Be nice to have a halfway decent sound in your studio though. But you know what? I'm not happy with this. I want to get to this desk. And actually, I can't get up under the desk neither. You know what? I think I'm going to go for it. And sideways. Which way to face? This way. Or facing, Actually, this is the long way. When I first got in here, I did it the other way. This is the, you know, you want in your, well, you can look this up, how to build your studio. But your speaker is supposed to be facing the longest distance between the wall behind you. Because you want the sound to develop before it hits that wall and come back. You want to have a certain, about even in a small room like this, you want to pick the longest distance between which way the speakers, monitors, and the wall. But I'm thinking about turning this Phantom sideways, and this synthesizer can set right over top of it. And the machine, yeah. I wonder if I can do that. And then that way everything will be on the desk. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, oatmeal. Hot too, piping hot. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that. And I can do that without signing off too. I have to rearrange my pads, my floor pads, because right now they are adjusted for how I have the keyboard set up. Because I have an extra pad over there that's not doing anything. Yeah, I'm going. You know what? I'm going to pull this place apart, and I don't know. I wonder how much I can get done without signing off. Let me move my, let's see how much I can get done without signing off. Actually, I do want to put away my fishing tackle box. I missed a whole bunch of good days. Hopefully, the Lord's willing. I know the Lord is willing for us to prosper. So it's no use in me saying if God's willing. His will is for us to. If it's something good, that should be His will. What's my fishing tackle? I want to rearrange this. I want to have all my stuff inside this fishing tackle box. I got enough in here though. You don't want everything. You don't want to put all your things in one basket. What is this? Oh, this is for fishing rod hook keeper. Oh, this goes on the end of your. I use cork. So when you have your hook on your fishing rod and you don't want it to catch on anything, I take cork. All it when I was drinking wine. But I have a lot of stuff in here. Lures, weights, lead weights. Got these little bags. A guy told me these little teeny bags are outlawed. These are illegal now. These little bags because it's considered contraband. Let's see, will this go in here? Will this go in here? Will this go close? Yes. Let's see, will this go? What's in here? What's in here? That's the same thing. No, this is. I can put this in. I don't even need this. I got a whole bunch. Like I said, I'm gonna go put all my eggs in one basket. This can be used for something. Little box. I'll put it in my junk box in there. Ready to go fishing, man. Ready to go fishing. Put this in the proper place. I think I'm going to try to do a swoop around. I think I want to do a swoop so I can get closer to the desk and then I can do my monitors. I'm going to bring the fans around. My pad on the floor too. I'll do that later. But let me put my fishing rod up. Oatmeal's nice and hot to see how it's still tasting. That's hot. I got this from Anonymous. Gave me this. This was his art bin. And here's my. Yeah, I'm gonna do put a new monitor on here. I got it. Treat yourself, man. Don't cheat yourself, as Martin would say. Oh, and this, I'm ready for the winter too. I think I'm going to work another winter down the Christmas tree, even though it wasn't that. I didn't make that much. It was lousy. One guy that was new to the Christmas tree, he said that was the worst Christmas. He said the people weren't putting money in there at all. He was in a bad spot. I could have made more money. There was a lot of people walking over top of me for that time of the season's greetings. There was a lot of Scrooges. But this winter, I'm going to go ahead and have I'm thinking about buying another thermal. Because it actually burns my legs. That's another story. I can put that in with the street performing busking 101. Put my fishing gear up. There. And my winter stuff preparing for next winter. You know what? I'm gonna turn my heat up. Dude, it's kind of chilly in here. Let's see if I can get the heat going. It's on 60, 70, 72. Put on 72 degrees, see if I can feel it get hot in here. I put the heat on 72 degrees. I'm going to see if it's on it. And these, I want to put, as a decoration I'm going to do in the other room. I'm going to take these out for the living room. In here, I think the walls are pretty much, I need to put some, it's still a couple of corners for bass traps. It's corner there, corner there. Yeah, 3 more corners. You should put something at an angle in the corners. Some kind of to stop it from bass accumulates in the corners of your room. And here's a pump. I got this from only one side of this works. Only one side of this pump works. I think I might just do a pump up a football. Oh, but I think I'm going to have to put on. Oh, I just turned the heat up, so it should be getting warm in here in a minute. But meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and put my hoodie back on because the fan is blowing on this young people body. I woke up last night and I had my house coat on. I took the house coat on and got all the way up under the covers. I need to start getting up under the covers at night to help cut down on body pain. Let's see, where's that? Something's missing here. I just stole one of those things. I just lost. Hold on. Hold on, let me get something to put my thing on my neck. I know where. Hold on. Let's see. Let me cut this off. There's the piece right here. That's stuck on there. I'm gonna cut that off. My scissors. There's a thing I can use to tie on my to put my choke on, because the Velcro doesn't work on here. I don't need the Velcro on here no more. I can start using this. I can just put this right on here. And when I put this around my neck, I can just use this for a fastener. Going wrong. I could just take a couple of, put the thread and just attach that really lightly. Let's keep doing this backwards. I got it this time. One more time. Should be on this side. Here. I went outside and sat on a bench the other day, listened to some music, drank a brewski, and did a little vapey medicine. I don't know why it took me so long to go out there. You know, anytime I need medicine, I'm going to go ahead and take it instead of going by the tradition of other people's, worrying about what people are going to say. little junk on this table here. Sock. Throw this in the bathroom. This is supposed to go in. Let me see, that was a good sock. I was looking for them this morning. I call a good sock a sock that don't have no feet smell in it. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can slide this. I'm gonna slide the Phantom around the corner here. And this camera here. See how much we can do. I have to move this camera. This way I'll be setting sideways. You know what though, I'm thinking if I had the studio where I could see out of, well, I'm in here. I was trying to think if I could set it up so, rearrange everything so that I could set and look out this window, look out this door and see out of the front window. But you can't have your cake and eat it too, or can you? You may have a big enough cake, or make 2 cakes. Eat one and look at one. Let's see, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Let me, phone charge. I'm gonna plug in the iPad so I can be charging. And I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi. It charges fast. Turn off the Bluetooth. Put this over here. All right, let's go. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Okay, I'm gonna unplug everything from the back of the Phantom. Turn the Phantom off. Unplug. Let's see. Slide. Oh. And unplug my. Now I'm just gonna put the headphone on top of the Phantom to slide it all around. No, wait a minute. There's this. This is gonna have to go on the table. On the table, my interface. Unplug the Phantom. These are the high performance connections. Unplug that. I'll unplug the computer. Unplug my. What else? I can leave this. I can leave that plugged in. That's for my headphone. I mean my wireless. Whoops. Wireless. Well, yeah. And foot pedals. I could just MIDI. Still got the MIDI. I'm gonna unplug the MIDI for now. Actually, yeah, unplug the MIDI. And my foot pedals, I can just take my foot pedals and put them on top of the keyboard while I'm in transition. Let's see. These, what is this? Is it MIDI? No, these are foot pedals. I got the foot pedals. All the foot pedals are all tangled up in the other wires. I had the foot pedals tangled up in the, I feel the, is that the, heat? So that's turned up. I think I'll open up the front door again. Turn the heat off. I'm gonna leave the heat on. I'm just gonna open the door a minute. Get a little flow. I hear somebody somebody's TV. Let me move this camera over here. I can take this one out in the kitchen next time I go out there. Put this here so we can see everything. Gotta slide all this back. Should I have something playing while I'm put on some of my own music? Yeah, but then again, you're supposed to pay for my music. You're not supposed to play your music on the internet unless it's unless you have it up for sale. You're not supposed to play no more than a minute, I think, if somebody's going to buy it because they're so cheap. People are so cheapskate. Copyrights, everything copyrights too. I think I can go back to that YouTube video. Let's see, Studio One. Let's see, they should tell you what's new. New in Studio One 6. Yeah, let's let this play.
Studio One version 6.5 is a huge update. We now have Dolby Atmos integration. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get that set up.
I don't know if you can hear that.
And if you want to learn more about Dolby Atmos itself, head over to Dolby's website, dolby.com. They've got a lot of great information on just what exactly this amazing technology is. And guess what? We now have it available to us in Studio One. It's pretty great. Let's dive in. This is a regular old bread and butter stereo mix of one of my songs. We're going to convert this into a Dolby Atmos mix. To do that, we click on Song, we come to Spatial Audio, which is a new setting here, and we can choose the regular old surround mix, which gives us a whole bunch of options, but we're going to choose Dolby Atmos.
What's name still plugged in? Should be still plugged in.
You need to know about. The bed format is your starting point. You can assign different audio tracks to objects in addition to the bed tracks. And then the output format, this is what physical speakers / headphones do I have on my system to listen to this 7.1.2 mix.
It should be
so
plugged
for me,
in.
I only have a pair of speakers, so it makes sense to have stereo. But if I had a 5.1 mix, I could choose that all the way up to 9.1.6. And it'll take whatever the bed format is, which we can also choose from these, and it will distribute it out to whatever we choose here appropriately. Okay? There's more interesting stuff with the stereo that I'll show you in a moment. But if we hit apply on this, the first thing you'll notice is a brand new window pops up. This is the Dolby Atmos renderer. We worked with Dolby to make the renderer a part of Studio One, so it's all happening under the hood inside Studio One. There's a couple of things to note. First of all, you've got a really cool room.
I should be able to see my
That alone is enough to entertain
I should be able to see
for hours. Look at
this.
Isn't that amazing? But this allows us to have a visualization of what's happening in our mix. Specifically, once we start adding those objects I talked about into the mix, they'll show up as little glowing, floating orbs inside
Well,
of this
you know, let's just get busy. I'm worrying about
I want to draw your attention to right across
something
the
that's
top.
not really that important.
Format and the output. We've already talked
Let me move everything around so that I can start moving stuff around.
There's an additional setting that you can use.
Make some
Click the
room
wrench.
here.
Actually, let me explain it first.
Give me a
Let's say
minute.
you have a surround setup. So if I choose my output as 5.1, which is 5 speakers and a subwoofer, let's say I have that physical setup in my room. If I choose that, and I come over here and look at my I/O setup under the Outputs tab, I can see that my main mix, my main output, which historically has been just a stereo left and right output, it is now a 6-channel output. Left, right, center, LFE, which is the subwoofer, it stands for low frequency FX, left surround, left rear surround, right rear surround. Okay? And I can move these around if I have it.
I can hear music coming through my
the standard layout. So
my,
that's what happens when
my
I
vent.
choose
Okay, I'm gonna make some room
format.
here.
So I can choose stereo, which is left and right, which we're used to,
Make some room.
all the way up to 9.1.6, which takes up 16 channels of audio to go to all those speakers. So for me, it makes sense to just choose stereo because that's literally what I have physically available to
Okay,
me.
my
Now, if you do have
machine,
something like 5.1 setups, you have
how
physically
far I
that
can
many
move this.
speakers in your space.
And this keyboard is going to go right over top of the Phantom, like a double decker. Like a double decker. And how far can I pull this? While it's plugged in. Going around here.
So if you have
Motion
the full
bottle.
setup, having this additional headphone output is pretty handy. Now the way that works.
And this is the table that I called into existence, even though it was already existing, but it wasn't existing in my possession. I called this into my possession.
Output is by itself. That it's not also
Alright.
on, for example, something
I'm
like
thinking
this.
these.
If it's set like this, if we put on our headphones, we're gonna hear the binaural mix, and we're also gonna hear.
I'm gonna have to move my pad, my
whatever's
floor
routed to
pad.
the center channel, and in the right ear, whatever's routed to the subwoofer. Not ideal, right? That's gonna sound wonky. So make sure that the headphones are set to dedicated output. Now that's with full surround system. Since that's not me, I'm gonna turn that setting off, and I'm just gonna have regular old stereo.
And this is
as
a
my
gig
output.
bag that I was.
Now all of these
I'm preparing another gig bag for traveling a little bit heavy. I want at least three rigs. The one I have two already. And I need one more rig, a really light, small dolly, very small dolly.
It's giving me a stereo version of the surround mix. If I want to hear
My
the binaural version, I can
mouse.
just mute my speakers, put on my headphones, and click that, and now I'm listening.
I think I can move my pad, my floor pad, and then just put it down. Because this comes apart. This floor pad cushion comes apart.
It's going behind you and up to the ceiling as much as it can on a set of headphones versus dedicated speakers. Final piece of this renderer is this. This is
I feel like Data having something play, and your mind's supposed to absorb it. It's like sleep learning, but I'm not sleep.
So Dolby is pretty specific and pretty strict about the loudness that it wants to see out of your Dolby Atmos mix. So they're a lot less, they're a lot quieter.
I think I want to take this pad, my floor pad up.
The target loudness that they want to see is nothing above minus 18, I believe. So if you find
I think I want to take my floor pad apart. I can put this back together any kind of way I want.
Or you can use this little trim knob here. This adjusts the overall volume of the entire Atmos mix, almost like sort of a VCA of sorts.
It's so funny.
Works across all of our buses.
I don't know if the maintenance people are going to watch this video, but I asked the maintenance man when they took up this floor out of the gym. I asked him, was that trash or was it up for grabs? He said it's up for grabs. So I started grabbing it, going back getting extra, and then when somebody, one of the guys saw me getting it, and when I came back down there, they had put a sign on it that says, do not touch. But it's still sitting down there now. All the extra ones. And they're probably going to be down there for the next year.
That's not the same. We can't do that with Dolby Atmos based on the way the algorithm works, because it's not just 2 channels of audio. It can be up to well over 100 individual pieces of audio that all need to be turned down together. That's what this knob does. Okay. Okay. Now we've shown.
Okay. Now I want to shellac these. What happened? It turned off, whatever it was. I want to shellac these. What kind of music you can play that's not copywritten? I don't know. Amazing Grace is up for public domain. Yeah, my floor looks like it almost went back to it was warping. The wood floor was warping. But like I said, I want to put this. You know what? I need to bring my vacuum in here. Remember, I got a little small bag. I can bring them. Or the big one's right here, is it? Yeah. Trying to get. Let me keep a hand on my fan thing. I need to turn my fan. Let me get my remote control. Where is it? Here it is. Get a little air blowing in here. Trying to work up a sweat. All right, plug it in, plug it in. Need a power. I can use a power strip right here. So I don't have to keep unplugging stuff. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to use this discarded power strip right here. Right outside my sewing room. I haven't put my sewing room back together yet. Put my sewing room back together. I need to go over to my sister's house and ask her to look at my sewing machine. Alrighty. Plug it in, plug it in. Here we go. Where are we going? All the way to heaven, heaven. All the way to heaven. And I forgot I got all those little beads. Little beads on the ground. Came off that bracelet. You know what? I want to change the name of this studio. Can I sign off and come back? I'm going to sign off and come back. Can I bring... Hold on. Sat on the speaker. Haven't sat on a speaker in years. I got a pillow in here somewhere. I use this. I used to sit on this when I was. This came off a stool. I used this for years out there. It's an eagle on the front of it. Where's the camera? Yeah, this is it's an eagle. Can you see? It's a little stool. Where's the other camera? Oh, here it is. This one got disconnected. Need to it's kind of glitchy-richy. Let me unplug this one and plug it in again. It's glitchy. There you go. That's better. I was going to sign off and come back. Try to get with my mouse. I don't want to stay too long on the same subject. Video too long. So I'll be right back. Let's go. I'm out. I'll be right back in a minute. Part 2 of, Part 2. Sign off. Where's the restream? It's on the other page.